So just beginning to deepen the breath, taking a couple of cleansing breaths by inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And then do that one more time. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Big heavy sigh through the mouth. And then just take a moment to scan your body. Notice how you feel today on this Wednesday. And then I invite you to, instead of being in your current space, kind of in your current place where you are, think of a place that brings you comfort and warmth. And imagine yourself completing your yoga practice in that place today. So maybe it is outside in your backyard on a warm summer's morning, not too warm though. Maybe it's on a vacant or limitedly populated beach with your yoga mat. Maybe it's in a warm and cozy room in your home. Just kind of notice the senses that you feel as you're in that warm and comfortable space, and allow your body and mind to be there. Start to breathe deeply in through the nose, out through the mouth. Notice what you smell. Notice any sounds in your warm space. Notice how that space makes you feel comforted. Maybe it allows you to let go, surrendering to your mat or your practice a little bit more. And do your best to keep that location in mind as you practice today. You start to notice that your mind is wandering and worrying or thinking about other things. Bring yourself back into that place. As we're in our warm and comfortable spot, start to send the breath low into the belly. Inhaling and exhaling completely. As you breathe in, you notice the rib cage expand. As you exhale, you notice the subtle drawing in of your belly button towards your spine. Take time now to scan your body for any areas that might need attention today. Start to direct some breath to those areas. And be kind to yourself as you complete your practice today, being mindful of those places that maybe need extra TLC. Take a moment in your space of comfort and warmth to create an intention for your practice today. After you've created your intention, take a couple more cleansing breaths. Start to make your way into tabletop. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. We'll start to circle out the body. Just some big hip circles, clockwise direction. And then counterclockwise, just beginning to find some warmth and bringing it into the core center. And then start to rock towards your hands and then back towards your heels. Beginning to further warm the spine. Just kind of let your body move as it feels good to you. So if it feels good to drop into Cobra, or extended child's pose and pause. Feel free to do that. If it feels good to keep the movement flowing as you breathe, feel free to do that. Think about drawing in that energy and warmth from your space into your body today. Take a couple more cycles at your own pace. Pausing anywhere you need time today or length. And then eventually making your way back to a neutral spine and tabletop, scooting your hands over to the left corner, breathing in, and then sinking back to a diagonal stretch. So right hip towards your right heel. Allow your neck to soften and relax. Breathing into that right side body, right lower back. Come back up to a neutral spine, switch hands. So hands go over to the right. Breathe in, exhale, drop towards your left heel, softening the head and neck. Good, slowly making your way back up to that neutral spine in tabletop. And then shrug the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, send your left leg back and your right arm forward for cross body balance. So perfectly acceptable here to set your left toes down if you'd like. Otherwise, keeping your back parallel to the mat is your goal. Flexing your foot on your lifted leg. Top of the head and heel on that lifted leg. You feel energy there. Exhale, release, neutral spine, breathe in. And then exhale, switch sides. Neutral spine, so reaching out through that right heel, turning your left palm to face the sky, top of the head is forward, breathing in and out to the core center. Notice the activation and warmth around your spine. Release to center, switch sides, left arm, right leg. Top of the head is forward, lifted foot is flexed. Set your right hand down, rotate over to your right hand and knee for modified half moon. Keep that left leg lifted, float your left arm up to the ceiling, turn your gaze up towards the sky, breathe. Good, as you exhale, take your left leg, send it all the way forward, step it forward onto the mat, inhale to low lunge. Lifting your gaze, pressing the front of that right hip forward. As you exhale, twist to the left. Wide arms, placing your hands wherever they feel comfortable, keeping them in that big T shape, or setting your front hand on the outside of that front leg. Try to keep your spine lengthened here. So top of the head lifts up. As you exhale, you're rotating through the low belly and the entire spine. Good, inhale, come back up to center, low lunge. Exhale, take your hands down to the mat, come back to hands and knees. And then just do a couple cycles of cat and cow, or shift your weight from side to side or front to back. Just whatever feels good for you. Notice how you feel. When you're ready, come back to a neutral spine. Crown of the head is forward, breathe. And then inhale, left leg back, right arm forward, cross body balance. Again, navel draws into the spine. Pause and breathe. Notice what you feel. Good, release to center, switch sides. Again, being mindful to not arch through the low back. So really contemplating pulling the belly button in towards your spine. Exhale, release, switch. Nice long spine, flat back. Good, release, switch. Last time, pause and hold here. Keep that right leg lifted. Set your left arm down. Come over to your left hand and knee now. Right arm floats up to the sky. Modified half moon. Reaching those right fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Foot is flexed on your lifted leg. Pause and breathe. Be in your body. On an exhale, take that right leg, step it all the way forward, low lunge. Walking or sweeping your arms up, pressing the front of that left hip forward. As you exhale, twist to the right, whatever that looks like for you, just any rotation, keeping your spine lengthened. Good, inhale, come back to low lunge, sweep those arms up. As you exhale, press your hands forward now, rounding out the middle part of your back, tucking your chin down, chin to the chest. Separate the shoulder blades. Think about breathing into that mid-back. Good, inhale, sweep those arms back up. As you exhale, this time take your right leg, step it back and come to kneeling. We'll take just a modified camel pose here. So I want you to tuck your toes under, take your hands to the sacrum and point your elbows back. And then as you're here, tighten up your glutes, lift your chin, and just take a baby back bend. So not moving into full range of motion here, but just opening our heart, lengthening across the heart center and the chest, only going as far as you feel comfortable. Pausing and breathing, pulling those shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, engage your belly, come back to neutral, make your way back to hands and knees. Couple of cycles of cat and cow or rocking any direction. And then when you feel ready, downward facing dog. So when you come into your down dog today, take a little bit of time to pedal out your feet. Recall your warmth, the warm space that you're in. Put yourself back there if you took a hiatus. Maybe you're outside in the sunshine, so you feel the sun on your back and the back of your neck, the back of your legs. And then eventually settling into some stillness in your downward facing dog. Bringing your feet about hips distance apart. On your inhale, go ahead and float your heels up. And as you exhale, think about them sinking towards the earth. And this is the earth or the ground in the space that you're in, your warm space. So maybe you're sinking your heels into sand or grass. Maybe it's a carpet or floor. Do that again. Inhale, float the heels. Exhale, melt them down. Really imagine yourself connecting to the ground. One more time. Inhale, float the heels. Exhale, sink them down. On an inhale, when you're ready, float forward to plank. So we're going to think about bringing some of that external warmth from our space into our bodies today. Breathe in here in plank. As you exhale, come over to your left arm for side arm balance. Perfectly fine to set your bottom knee or both knees down on the floor. Lifting the right side of your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Breathing. As you exhale, come back to center. Plank from the toes or the knees, navel to the spine. As you exhale to the right arm, left side of your hip floats up. Pause and breathe. Notice the warmth in the midsection. Side of the hip, side body. As you exhale, come back to plank. Walk down to your forearms for forearm plank. Pause and breathe. Press into that middle part of your back. Be in your body, see what you feel. If it's available to you, move your weight slightly forward. So you're going to shift your weight forward closer to your fingertips, and then slightly shift your weight back at the count of 2. Shifting your weight forward towards your hands, maintaining that forearm plank, shifting your weight back towards your heels. Good, one more time, shifting your weight forward. This is not a large movement here. Good, pause and breathe in that forearm plank. Set your knees down, Release the tops of your feet. Slide your forearms slightly forward. Find Sphinx pose. Lengthening the abdominal muscles, lifting your chin up, shining your heart forward. Again, appreciating that warmth in your trunk. Couple of nice long deep breaths here, lengthening your abdominal muscles. And then as you exhale, slowly release. Put your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog, hips high. Focusing on lengthening your sit bones. Bring your head and neck in line with your spine. Lift your gaze towards your hands. Take a walk up towards the top of your mat and find forward fold, generously bending your knees. So see if you can bring your chest closer to your thighs with that generous knee bend. Maybe gently sway from side to side, only going as far as you feel comfortable today. And then allowing your fingertips to dangle towards the floor, shifting your weight a little bit, kind of coming into your body here and standing. On an inhale, we'll lift up to a flat back. Belly is in. Think about pulling your shoulder blades in and down your back. So really creating a long neck. Top of the head is forward. Belly is in. As you exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Do that again. Inhale, lift up to a flat back. Shoulder blades pull in and down. Belly in. Exhale, forward fold. Press into your feet. Come all the way up, take your time. Pedal out those feet as you need to. And then as you exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweeping up, looking up. Exhale, hands to heart. Gathering that energy and warmth, pulling it into your body. Inhale, sweeping up. Maybe a little back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, one more time. Inhale, sweeping up. Little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, keep your hands at heart center. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, or bring your gaze down. Bring your feet a little closer than hips distance apart, so maybe a fist width. Pull your belly button slightly in. Find a slight tailbone tuck. We're going to work through some sun salutations today to build and continue to build that heat and positive energy. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. As you inhale, sweep your arms up. Little back bend if you'd like. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up. Look up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Come all the way up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Come all the way up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep up. Make this your own today. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or hop back to plank. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. So again, any modifications that you want to take are perfectly fine today. And as we continue to build heat and warmth through repetition, you can feel free to modify what you're doing too. Looking forward, walk or step to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Little back bend. We'll go right into the next salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Ride your breath all the way down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or hop back to plank. Pause. Breathe in. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, down dog. So depending on your breath, you may be slower or faster. When we get to down dog, take a cleansing breath or two. When you're ready to move forward on empty lungs, gaze towards the top of your mat. Walk, step, or hop. Breathe into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Ride your breath all the way down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or hop back to plank. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga low push-up. Inhale, baby cobra, cobra, up dog. Exhale, navel to the spine, downward facing dog. 1 or 2 cleansing breaths. This is your time to pause. Come into extended or child's pose whenever you need to today. After your next exhale, gazing forward, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. You're pacing. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Pause, decide here if you'd like to move through that Vinyasa series or just make your way to downward facing dog. So taking your time here. Once you get to downward facing dog, pause. Notice how you feel. Are you in your space of warmth and comfort, positive energy? Keeping yourself there. Take a cleansing breath. On empty lungs, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Good, listen carefully. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink it back. And just pause and breathe here. So if you're more comfortable, hands at heart center, shoulder height, or arms up, whatever it is, just come into your chair. Notice a slight tuck into the tailbone. Chest is lifted, belly is in, gaze is straight ahead. Think about shifting your weight slightly back towards your heels. Maybe even attempt to lift your toes up so you can really connect to all 4 corners of each foot. Belly is in. Good. I invite you to lengthen your fingertips down for the floor. I was going to say the ceiling, that one makes sense. Reach for the floor, and then once you're there, see if you can sweep your arms back up or bring them to heart center. So a little bit deeper in the chair. Pause and breathe. As you exhale, forward fold. Good, let that go. Maybe release or do some weight shifts front to back. Keeping your knees slightly bent. Take your left hand to your right ankle or anywhere on your leg. Inhale the right arm up to rotate towards the right wall. From that forward bend. Just nice and easy rotation. If it works for you, you can set that right hand on the sacrum and just maybe open that right side of your chest a little bit more, or don't, whatever feels good. As you exhale, forward fold again. Bending your knees as you need to. We'll take the right hand over to the left ankle or leg. Inhale the left arm up, twisting to the left wall. Relaxing through your face and jaw. Good. If you like, left hand on the sacrum. Maybe rotating further, maybe not. Pulling that shoulder blade towards your spine. As you exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Good. Reaching for the floor with your fingertips. Sink your hips nice and low. Tail tucks under. Chair pose. One more time. Notice the activation in your legs, in your midsection. Pause and breathe. Good. If it's available to you, lift up one heel. Set it down. Float your opposite heel. Belly in. Set it down. Chair pose, pause. Breathe. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Breathe in, Vinyasa or down dog. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause and breathe. Cleansing breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Good. Notice how you feel. Looking forward towards your hands. Take a step up towards your hands and then take a seat in the middle part of your mat. Your variation of boat pose. So you can start with your feet on the floor if you'd like, floating the palms up, lifting your heart center. Remember, you're dropping your shoulders behind your hips, but you're not allowing your back to sag. So that's probably the biggest form piece for boat. Your boat might be right here with your heels on the floor, palms extended out and facing the ceiling. You might choose to raise your arms up. You might choose to float one or both legs. You might choose a variety of things. See if you can find that just right challenge. So something that feels slightly challenging for you. Keep building that heat in the middle, the midsection. Noticing your core, not pain into the low back. Good. Keep lifting your chest up. If you need a rest, set your feet down, but keep your chest lifted. Leaning back. Pause and breathe. Good. Take a nice inhale. Lengthen your spine upward. Lift your chin. As you exhale, soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. You can leave your heels shifted slightly out if you'd like. Come into a place where you feel some openness into the hips. You can allow your spine to round. You can take a forward bend. Do what feels good for your body. Allowing those knees to open to the side. Breathing into the hips. Couple of nice long deep breaths. Slowly bringing your trunk back up to center. Go ahead and take the soles of your feet to the mat about hips distance apart. Put your hands just underneath your shoulders, but fingertips point towards the heels. We'll take a reverse plank again, or try to at least today. We'll do it with our knees bent, so kind of that reverse table position. So do this however it feels good for you, and don't worry about how far you go. So press into your feet. On an inhale, you're gonna lift your hips up. If you only lift them a couple inches, that's okay. If you can lift them so your back is a little bit more parallel to the floor, great, or somewhere in between. Feeling a stretch across the front of the shoulders, the base of the throat, just hold it as far as you feel comfortable, or as long as you feel comfortable. Try to continue your breath. And then as you exhale, bottom to the mat. One more time, Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. This time, maybe exploring a little bit more of a forward bend, allowing your spine to round, walking your fingers a little bit more forward. Notice how you feel. And slowly making your way back up to center. Well, go ahead and extend your left leg out. Take your right leg and cross it over your left. So you're kind of stamping the right sole of your foot on the floor. Pulling your knee across towards the opposite shoulder. Go ahead and twist to the right. As you're twisting, remember, think about the spine being lengthened. As you exhale, release back to center. Take a counter twist. Twisting the opposite direction. Good. Slowly release back to center. Extend both legs out, pulling the toes slightly towards you, lengthening your spine, breathing in. As you exhale, reach for your feet or your ankles. That's a generous or just a soft forward bend. Feeling some length into the back of the thighs. As you inhale, slowly come back up to center. Take your left foot, cross it over your right, sole the foot to the mat. Nice deep breath in. Pull your knee across and take a spine twist to the left this time. As you exhale, slowly release back to center, counter twist. Good. Slowly release back to center. Uncross your legs. Put the soles of the feet on your mat. Float the palms up. Take your time. Let yourself come all the way down to your back, engaging your abdominal muscles. Once you're on your back, reclining pigeon pose. We'll take the left leg, cross it over the right. Pressing that left knee out to the side. Go ahead and grab the legs and draw inward. And then any other movements or stillness that you'd like, perfectly fine. Let those legs fall to the right. Try to keep your shoulder blades on the mat. Extend your left arm out and look to the left. So just a reclining spine twist variation. Relaxing through your face and jaw. Slowly coming out of that rotation. Bringing the knees in towards your chest. Giving yourself a nice tight squeeze, letting the low back release. And then switch sides, right leg crosses over the left. Press the right knee out to the side and then draw the legs in. Just like you did on the first side, any movements that feel good for you here are good. Deepening your breath. When you're ready, go ahead and release the legs to the left side. Try to scoop both shoulder blades back on the mat and then turn your gaze over towards the right hand. Pause and breathe, rotating the spine gently and comfortably. When you're ready, slowly uncrossing the legs, pull the knees into the chest, hold here or reach down for the instep of the feet and come into happy baby pose. When you're ready, slowly bringing your knees back in, extending your legs out, reaching the arms up over the head. Find a full body stretch. Take up as much space as you can on your mat in your warm and comfortable space. Nice deep breath in as you exhale. Come into your final relaxation, Shavasana. Corpse pose. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Let your heart be open. to warmth, comfort, positivity, cultivating those things, taking them with us as we leave our mats today. Once again, bringing yourself back into that place of comfort, warmth, and safety. Allowing your eyes to close or lowering your gaze. Now is your time to rest. You feel a sense of peace in your heart, your body, your mind. Let go of any last remaining tension and allow yourself to be here in your space. When you feel ready, begin to deepen your breath. Start to open and close your hands, or turn your head from side to side. Slowly